This is Celebrations!
Magandang gabi, partner.
Magandang gabi rin naman, partner, at magandang gabi po sa ating mga manonood.
Sa gabing ito, ating matutunghayan ang ika-9 na yugto ng ating serye na pinamagatang Integrity, the Incorruptibility of Your Honesty.
Na kung saan tatalakayin ng ating tagapagsalita ang one of the 12 ways kung paano tayo mamumuhay ng masaya. Pero bago yan, kamusta ka, partner?
Ito nagiging okay na rin at patuloy pang magiging maayos.
Oh, bakit naman? Hindi ka ba okay nitong mga nakaraang araw?
I mean, okay naman ako nitong mga nakarang araw. Kaya ko lang nasabi na nagiging okay ako ay dahil malaki talaga ang impact na idinulot ng mga topic sa sharing ito na pinamahagi na ng ating mga speakers. Super na-enlighten ako ng mga ito.
Amen! Talagang nakikinig ka, partner, sa ating mga speakers.
Syempre naman! Hindi ko palalampasin ang serye na ito na bukod sa libre ay maraming mga mapupulot na aral, di ba? Ayan. Kaya para sa ating mga manunood, kung kayo po ay may nakaligtaan na episode o gustong panoorin muli, you may visit our official Facebook page, ang Nagaview Adventist College Media Ministries, at i-click lamang ang episode na gustong panoorin.
That is right! And don't forget to click the react button and the share button para mapanood din ng inyong mga mahal sa buhay at ng inyong mga kaibigan.
Alam ko, partner, ikaw excited na rin para sa ating episode ngayong gabi.
Tama ka, partner. Sobrang excited na talaga ako dahil napaka-interesting ng topic natin ngayong gabing ito. To make it more interesting and entertaining, here's the question for tonight's episode. Are you ready? Now, how can you develop and preserve your integrity as a person?
You are free to give your insights and ideas in regards to the question. Baka malay mo, ikaw na ang maswerteng makatanggap ng ating surprise gift.
To give us an instrumental rendition, let us now give the time for Nagaview Adventist College handbells. Don't go away! Celebrations will be right back.
thank you NVAC Handbells for that beautiful instrumental rendition. So, are you ready, viewers? Fasten your seatbelt because this evening, New Way is about to unfold.
Dagdag kaalaman, our speaker for this evening is a graduate of BS Biology at Adventist University of the Philippines, and she got her master's degree in public health in the same university. Siya ang ating speaker sa topic na environment. At ngayong gabi, siya muli ay magsishare ng another way to live a happy life. She is no other than Miss Keziah Reyes.
So good evening everyone, and I'm happy to be with you all this evening. And now we are on to our ninth topic, which is integrity. So we already tackled many topics with our acronym celebrations. So our topic integrity, this is not given much importance because integrity nga is hindi natin nakikitang vital aspect of health or vital aspect principle of health sa atin. So this evening, we will be tackling on the importance of integrity to an individual para sa kanyang health. So let's define what integrity is. So integrity, minsan nahihirapan tayong i-distinguish or bigyan ng distinction kung ano yung pagkakaiba ng honesty and integrity. But as we go on, we will later know what honesty and integrity is distinguished as. So integrity is defined as or having integrity is defined as a person being transparent or having transparency and trustworthiness. So, ito nga is very deep yung meaning ng integrity. And makikita natin dito yung kung bakit importante ang integrity sa ating health. So, sabi dito is, so being honest ba ay ibig sabihin hindi ka magsisinungaling? Of course, the answer is yes. So, being honest is mapabuti man or mapasama yung situation, it means na dapat hindi ka magsisinungaling. And integrity, on the other hand, it means na you adhere on a conviction or meron kang code of honor, meron kang perspective na pinangahawakan na dapat hindi ka gagawa ng masama pero gagawa ka lagi ng mabuti. So as we go on, we will be able to dig more on what integrity is. So let's define more on the many definitions of integrity. So, ang integrity nga po or ang integridad, it is a character trait ng isang tao na nagre-reflect sa isang certain degree ng kanyang honesty, yung kanyang pagiging maprinsipyo, at ito rin yung parang complete harmony of one's thought, speech, and action. So, ibig sabihin, nagja-jive ang kanyang sinasabi at ang kanyang ginagawa. Or in other words, you walk the talk. So, yun yung taong merong integrity. And of course, sabi dito is, a person of integrity ay guided siya by morality and meron siyang consistency in character. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya iba-iba. Pwedeng ganito yung ugali mo sa ganitong tao or group of people, or minsan mas maingay ka sa ganitong group ng tao pero sa ibang tao mas tahimik ka. So, yung taong may integrity is more on having only one character lang siya, or I should say, meron siyang consistency sa kanyang character. And of course, very important is he or she will do good every time, no matter what the situation is. And of course, a person na merong integrity, he will also live his or her values in relationships, in coworkers, in customers, and stakeholders. And of course, yung pinaka nasa gitna or pinaka core ng integrity ay ang honesty and trust. So, ito ang dalawang pinaka importante or pinaka makikita mo sa taong may integrity. And of course, a person with integrity, they act with honor and truthfulness. And also, because they have integrity, merong tendency na yung mga tao ay mas lalapit sa kanila or para silang magnet. Mas maraming gusto silang makasalamuha or mas marami nga silang people that look up to them because they have integrity. Because nga they are trustworthy and you can also depend on them. And one example is, let me give you one example of integrity na yung a CEO with his employees on how he treats them. He always assures them or give them the trust. He always meet them na sa isang meeting. He always give them a heads up pag may nangyayaring masama or mabuti sa kumpanya. It means that he trusts his employees with his decisions. So, ang ginagawa ng CEO na to, nagkaroon sila ng problem. For example, sinabi niya na kailangan kong bawasan yung sweldo nyo ng 10% kasi may problema tayo sa company, and para maiwasan din yung pag lay off niya or pagbabawas niya ng employee. So dahil dito sa pagiging honest ng CEO, mas na-build yung trust ng kanyang mga employees sa kanilang CEO dahil sa honesty ng kanilang CEO. So that is one example of a person with integrity. So what are the types of integrity? So I will cite some examples. We have 4 types of integrity. We have the professional, we have the political and academic, and of course, the integrity in daily transactions. So, ayan yung mga example natin. So, I will be defining them one by one. So, first is the professional integrity. So, I've already mentioned a while ago yung one example of having a professional integrity as a profession or having a profession. And of course, we have the political integrity. So this deals with the mindset of politicians once they are elected by the people. So ibig sabihin sa political integrity, dito natin mami-measure kung ano ba yung paano ikikip ng ating mga politicians yung kanilang sinabing mga promises sa mga taong bumoto sa kanila. So dito natin makikita kung may integridad ba yung politician or wala. Okay? So we also have academic integrity. So this applies to our students, to our researchers, to our scholars, and to our writers kung meron silang integrity. So, those students who copies an assignment or yung mga estudyante na hindi sila honest sa kanilang work, or those researchers who fabricate data, and yung mga writers din na hindi nila in-acknowledge yung kanilang mga sources. These are just examples of those people who lack academic integrity. We also have or integrity in daily transactions. So this goes on to all of us. Na there will be certain situations in our life or incidents na of course we will always choose between two things. It may be letter A or letter B, or whether it will be right or wrong. So this is one example. And of course, it says here that a responsible person with integrity will always do the right thing. And let me also give you the traits of people that have true identity. So, of course, we have the trustworthy, and this is one of the most important aspect of a trustworthy or a person with integrity. So, we also have this trait of honesty. So, sabi ko nga, honesty is one of the core or the main, the central of integrity together with trust. So, ito yung dalawa sa pinaka-importante. Also, a person that has a trait is of integrity is a person that is authentic, or these are the genuine people, or sila yung mga totoong tao. And next one is sila they do good things whenever they can. So hangga't makakaya nila, gagawa sila ng mabuti. And aside from that, they are also people who are humble. And sila rin yung mga tao na nag-apologize first kahit sometimes hindi sila yung may sala, or hindi naman sila yung kagawa ng masama. Sila pa rin yung mag-apologize. And in other words, sila yung hindi sila ma-pride. Ayan. So this another one is also they also believe other people. Doon din na yung trust na sinasabi natin. And also, they are kind to people that need it. And they give others the benefit of the doubt. Or yung mga taong hindi ka pa rin pag-iisipan ng masama. Sabihin natin, baka nagawa niya siguro to dahil may ganito siyang reason. Ganun yung isang tao with integrity. And also, they don't argue over disagreements. So, these are the people na hindi sila mahilig makipag-diskusyon, or hindi sila mahilig makipag-away or disagree. And of course, they don't take advantage of other people. So, hindi sila yung mga taong hindi ka nila gagamitin. Ayan. Yun yung isa pang term. And also, they are genuine or authentic, sabi ko kanina. And they also credit people that deserve it. So, they always like to praise other people for what they have done. And they also don't take credit sa mga bagay na di naman nila nagawa. And also, they value other people's time. So, these are the people who are punctual. They respect your time. So, kaya lagi silang maaga dahil they respect you. So, these are the people with integrity. So, let's move on to integrity and public health. So, ano ba ang connection ng integrity sa public health or the community? So, ang integrity, hindi lang siya nakakapag-influence ng as an individual, but it also affects the community. So bakit nga ba? Because of course, as an individual, lahat ng choices natin can affect also the community when it comes to our health. One example is the effects of immunization on public health. Of course, immunization is also a big concern right now, most especially on on this time, on this pandemic, we have there are some countries na meron na silang immunization or nagbibigay na sila ng immunization. And of course, if you get immunized, you will be able to protect not only yourself but also other people. But this also raised questions on the integrity of an individual, whether you will be choosing to get immunized or not. So this is one example of an individual's choice or challenge on his integrity, and this will affect not only yourself but also the community as well. So this is one example. So another one is, of course, in matter of integrity, we need to balance personal biases and desires against community needs. Of course, if you are a person of integrity, you need to always think of whether this will affect a good or bad in the community. So when we recognize the value of each individual, we will be able to ensure, or we will be able to realize that all people have a voice or an opinion or a belief. So we all have different perspectives that will affect the community or the health of the community. So once we realize this, we will be able to consider also what will happen if I make this choice, or will it be a good thing if I'll be able to do this. But we can also, once we realize that everyone has a voice, we can also be able to consider them or consider their beliefs and perspective as well. And sabi nga dito, sa mga taong hindi nagbe-base, or yung mga taong yung mga actions nila ay hindi nagbe-base sa principles, when you have integrity, this will give a light to it, or parang you will have an insight or a motivational insight. So as a person, we need to act on principles and not opinions. So dapat we need to kailangan nating i-consider na importante pa rin na to live in a principled life, rather than those considering only the opinions. And sabi nga ni Michelangelo, the world's frivolities have robbed me. And may katuloy siya, sabi dito, the world's frivolities have robbed me of the time that I was given for reflecting upon God. So, ibig sabihin ng frivolity, so this lack of seriousness. So, ibig sabihin, dahil nga ang mundo ay minsan nagkukulang sa seriousness, ninanakawan tayo ng ating, sabi nga ni Michelangelo, nanakaw ng mundo ang kanyang pag-reflect sa Panginoon, dahil nga sa maraming opinions ng mundo na hindi naman makabuluhan, or hindi naman not basing on facts but only on fallacies. So integrity, dito natin may examine, or dito natin ma-recognize yung ating mga biases. Dito rin tayo magkakaroon ng demand na magkaroon ng high standard, na hindi lang magbabase sa opinion ng iba, but also to base our beliefs upon evidence and not only on things that are true. So another example is also those people who are addicts. So these people are the people who lack integrity because um, they indulge on their addictions or on their personal desires na hindi na nila naisip yung kanilang integridad as a person. So a person with integrity, he or she ignore the dangers of these substances. And of course, with husband and wife, dito rin natin makikita na if you have integrity as a person, as an individual, dito mo may iwasan yung mga marital problems or yung mga problems nyo as a couple. So dito na may iwasan yung mga divorce, yung mga insecurities and emotional distress as husband and wife if both of you have integrity. So another one is the foundation of integrity. So ano ba ang foundation ng integrity? So ang foundation ng integrity is for the good of our mental health and trustworthy interpersonal relationships and accountable behavior. So dito na natin masasagot kung ano ba ang benefit ng integrity sa ating health. So it's number one is it is the foundation for good mental health. The second is it is the foundation for a trustworthy interpersonal relationships. And of course, it is the foundation for our accountable behavior. So another one is, of course, we are all prone to failing other standards or our standard of full integrity. So minsan nagkakamali tayo and minsan yung lack of integrity natin, we may have had hurt other people because of our lack of integrity. But because God is a gracious God, He gave us a gift of grace that extends to forgiveness. So dito na papasok yung importance ng honesty. When we are honest in admitting our failures and our mistakes to other people, doon na nabubuo yung integrity. And this is also to celebrate once we are we already seek forgiveness or we already accepted God's mercy and forgiveness, we will be able to celebrate the completeness of complete or whole person health. And dun nga, dahil ma-realize natin na importante or essential ang integrity. So, let's now go on as we conclude the life application questions. So I will be giving you some questions that you can reflect on or apply on this aspect of integrity. So first one is you can ask yourself, do I consider myself to be an honest person? Second one is, ano yung mga moral values na na-adapt ko na that will prevent me from doing anything that would conflict with that code of honor? And ano rin yung mga sources that have formed that set of values? So another question is, when considering my personal health, do I also take into account the needs of the community and how my choices could affect others? And the last but not the least, you can also ask yourself, what choices have I made with respect to personal hygiene, such as hand washing and staying away from contact with others when ill have positively affected my community? So these are just some questions that you will be able to, or you can ask yourself or reflect on, so that you will be able to grasp on the need or the essentiality of integrity. And of course, it's never too late to build integrity or take integrity seriously into our health. And I hope that every one of us will live in integrity so that other people will also live a life that is healthy. And also, let's consider God as our number one example in the aspect of living with integrity. So thank you, everyone, and God bless.
Thank you, Miss Keziah, for your efforts and time na makapag-share sa amin.
At sa ating mga manonood, maraming salamat sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. Nawa ay na-bless kayo sa mensaheng ibinahagi sa gabing ito.
Kasyam pa lamang yan at mayroon pang 3 topic, kaya patuloy na subaybayan ang ating serye na Celebrations.
Let us put our hearts and mind that integrity is a trait that helps a human being to live a long and a happy life.
As per Warren verse B, if you take care of yourself and walk with integrity, you may be confident that God will deal with those who sin against you. Above all, don't give birth to sin yourself. Rather, pray for those who persecute you. God will one day turn your persecution into praise.
Thank you so much for watching! And thank you sa pagbigay ng inyong mga insight at sa pag-share at like na live streaming natin ngayong gabing ito.
And we would like to thank also our viewers from Daet and Albay for watching us this evening. Kita-kits ulit tomorrow for another life lesson from God through His chosen messengers. I'm Emmy Jane Patricia Brofas.
And I'm Jester Joel Naag.
And this is Celebrations.